Hi, this is Annie Manning with Paint the Moon Photography, and I am here to take you through the basics of Photoshop actions. Photoshop actions are basically a recording of a series of steps in Photoshop. We can see here, this is our actions palette right here, and I'm going to take a look at this action from one of my sets here, and these are the very many steps that are recorded into this action. And actions can leave you with different artistic looks like this one is. They can do retouching like smoothing skin and color correcting, brightening the eyes. They can do things like contrast increase, brightening your photo, darkening it. There's just limitless possibilities with actions. The one I'm going to work with today to show you on this picture of my daughter is called Passion Fruit Tea, and it's in my coffee house set. And the first thing you want to make sure is that your action palette is open, and if it's not, you go up to Window here and drop down to Actions, and that will open that up for you. And if you don't have your actions already loaded here, you'll click on this little arrow right here and click on Load Actions, and that'll load your actions. You navigate to where you have them downloaded and saved, and that'll load your actions right in there. And you want to select the action you want to work with and then hit play. And this one here creates a snapshot at the beginning of the action, so it will record your image just as it is right now before you run the action. And if you want to go back for some reason, if you don't like the way the action looks on your image or something accidentally got changed, you can always go back in your history palette right up here, and there will be a snapshot that you can select, and this one will be called Before Passion Fruit Tea, and you click on that and it'll take you right back to the exact same way your image is right now. So I'm going to hit continue, and it's going to run through all the different steps in this action. Sorry, my baby is waking up in my lap here. Okay, so we are left with this folder of all of our layers that the action created for us. And in this one is called Passion Fruit Tea. We can click here on this arrow key and see all the different layers that are in there. You will notice here these eyeballs. These turn your action layers on and off. So if you want to see a before shot of this action, click on the eyeball and it'll turn the entire action group of layers off. Click it and turn it back on. That's the after the action. And then you can go through here, and we've got a lot of different options to mess with, or you can leave it as is. The one thing I would recommend if you leave your layers as is adjusting the opacity. Here's your opacity right here, and make sure you have your group of layers selected, and that's the little folder icon right there at the very top. And you can slide your opacity down. Very rarely will I leave an action run at 100% opacity. I will usually tone it down and drop that down. So I lowered this one to 60%, and that looks a lot better. And we have layers called warmer and cooler that are turned off. If your image is looking too warm, too yellow, you can click on the cooler and it'll cool it down. And same with the warmer. If you want to warm it up, deeper shadows, color boost, all different kinds of things you can turn on and off, or adjust the opacity on to make it more dramatic or more subtle. I always usually have a make it lighter and make it darker in most of my actions, so you can, if you want to brighten it up, select the make it lighter layer and then drag the opacity up on that. That'll brighten that way up. And I'm going to leave this one down at 25%. There's a creamy haze layer here. So if I don't like the hazy look, I can turn that off. Click the little eyeball and that'll make it look a little bit crisper. And like I said, you can adjust the opacity on that. This is 100% opacity, a little bit too much there. So drag it down 55–60%. You got a more subtle look here. That's the after. This is our before image, and this is the after. And that is pretty much the basics of working with actions. And you can visit my store at paintthemoon.net/blog, and I have some more tutorial videos that go into a little bit more depth in using your actions. And I thank you for listening to me. Have a great day. Thanks.